3. 2, 5-10 At that time Nineveh was a great city, with a walking distance of 3 days. John 3. 3 Its population numbered more than 120,000 men. John 4. 11 This biblical description is not controverted by archaeological evidence. Observed André Parrot, Curator-in-Chief of the French National Museums. Just as today, that part of London which lies within its ancient boundary is very different from what is called Greater London, a term which includes the suburbs and denotes a much larger area. So it may be that people who lived far away from Assyria understood by the word Nineveh what is now known as the Assyrian O Textoi Acute Miritra Longo, Nisan 505 when the combined forces of Nabopolassar the king of Babylon and of Cyaxares the Mede besieged and captured Nineveh. The city was evidently subjected to burning, for many Assyrian reliefs show damage or stain from fire and accompanying smoke. The Babylonian Chronicle on Nineveh's destruction reports: they carried off the vast booty of the city and the temple, and turned the city into a ruined heap. Assyrian and Babylonian Chronicles, by A. Grayson, 1975, p. 94. Picture, Volume 1, p. 958 To this day Nineveh is a desolate waste, and in the spring, flocks graze near or atop the Mount of Cunjek. Date of Nineveh's fall. Though effaced from the extant cuneiform tablet that relates the fall of Nineveh, the date for this event, the 14th year of Nabopolassar, can be supplied from the context. It is also possible to place the destruction of Nineveh in the framework of Bible chronology. According to a Babylonian chronicle, the Egyptians were defeated at Karchemish in the 21st year of Nabopolassar's reign. The Bible shows this to have taken place in the 4th year of Jehoiakim's reign, or in 625 BCE, just 46. 2 Therefore, the capture of Nineveh about 7 years earlier in the 14th year of Nabopolassar's reign would fall in the year 632 BCE. See Assyria, the fall of the empire. Nisan. The post-exilic name of the first Jewish lunar month of the sacred calendar, corresponding to part of March and part of April. Ne2. 1. S3. 7 This month, first called Abib, was originally considered the 7th month and is evidently the month referred to at Genesis 8. 4. At the time of the Exodus from Egypt, Jehovah assigned this month to be the first of the months of the year. X 12. 2. 13. 4. New 33. 3 From then on, a distinction existed between a sacred calendar instituted by Jehovah and the previous secular calendar. See calendar. Abib. The weather was often quite cool during this spring month, and in Jerusalem, fires were lit at night to provide warmth. Joe 18. 18 Snow has even fallen in Jerusalem as late as April the 6th, as it did in 1949. Nisan came at about the close of the rainy season, and the latter or spring rains were counted on to bring the grain to fullness prior to the harvest. 11. 14. Ho 6. 3. J5. 24 At this time of the year the Jordan River was normally at flood stage. Jos 3. 15. 1 Ch 12. 15 The barley harvest began along the coastal plains, and down in the subtropical Jordan Valley the wheat was reaching maturity. Ru 1. 22. 2. 23 About this time, harvested flax on Rahab's rooftop in Jericho provided a place for the Israelite spies to hide. Jos 2. 6. 4. 19. Adjusting the lunar calendar. God's command required that the Israelites offer up a sheaf of the first fruits of their harvest on the 16th day of Nisan Abib, and that, on the 50th day thereafter, they offer up a second grain offering. These offerings corresponded naturally with the barley and wheat harvests, respectively. This precept made essential an adjustment in the calendar of lunar months used by the Israelites. There was need to compensate for the difference of 111/4 days between the full solar year and the shorter lunar year. Otherwise, within the space of 3 years, the month of Nisan would arrive some 33 days earlier in the season and far ahead of the barley harvest. The Bible record does not specify what method was originally used by the Israelites to accomplish such coordination, but the evidence indicates that a 13th month was added every 2 or 3 years to restore the seasons to their proper position in the calendar year. It seems likely that it was determined by simple observation, relating the new moon to the vernal, or spring, equinox of the sun, which comes about March the 21st of each year. If the new moon that would ordinarily mark the start of the month of Nisan Abib was too distant from the time of the spring equinox, then the month was counted as a 13th. Or in Turculario Textoi Acute Muritra Longo. Nishrok 506 Nisan continues to be observed by his followers till this day as the time for memorializing Christ's death. Lu 22. 19, 20. See Lord's Evening Meal. Nisrok. A deity worshipped by Sennacherib the king of Assyria. It was in the temple of Nisroch that Adrammelech and Shareza murdered their father Sennacherib. 2K 19. 36, 37. Issa 37. 38. A number of scholars suggest identifying Nisroch with the fire god Nusku, who, it was thought, assisted in bringing defeat to the enemy in warfare and served as messenger of the gods as well as a dispenser of justice. However, certain identification of Nisroch with a known Assyrian deity is not now possible.